Good evening. Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads. You're probably getting sick of me. Been a lot of videos the last few days. There was a lot to get through. Ended up reading twice as many books that I had on my goal. So there was more book reviews, and then there's traveling that I'm doing for business. So a lot of this is getting compacted over the last couple of days. So I apologize about that. With that being said, this is my weekly wrap up for this week. Usually I do these on Monday mornings. I will be in a different state on business. And then if I'm going to have a busy week, I usually do it on Sundays, but I'm going to be traveling all day tomorrow. So you're getting this even earlier than usual. So this week, my goal was 3 books. I ended up reading 6. And we'll get into that here now. First book on the list was Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I rated this a 4.9 out of 5. It was a phenomenal book. I really, really enjoyed that. Hope to Die. This is book 15 in the Matthew Scudder series by Lawrence Block. I gave this a 4.6, my favorite Scudder book so far. So far, so good this week. Shall We Tell the President? This is book 3 in the Cain and Abel trilogy by Jeffrey Archer. I rated this a 4.4, another solid entry. And so I had some days in the week left, and I'm like, I don't know, pick up a John Keller series. I'm trying to work my way through that. So I picked up Hit and Run, which is book 4 in the John Keller series, and I rated this a 4.6 out of 5. It was fantastic. And I flew through it, and so I'm like, well, I could maybe jumpstart, another book in that I'll carry over into the next week. And so I picked up book 5 in the John Keller series, Hit Me by Lawrence Block, and I rated this a 4.2, solid entry. And so I'm like, well, I've only got the novella left, so I might as well knock that out. So book 6 was the short novella, which is the 6th entry in the John Keller series by Lawrence Block, which is Keller's Fedora. And so I finished that today and rated that a 3.8 out of 5. So I finished those 6 books, 5 books in a novella, so to speak. But anyways, the average rating was a 4.4. And so in terms of videos this past week, I did 10 videos. I did 6 book reviews. I had the book haul number 11. I did a series video, which was an idea from Hayden Reed. If you haven't checked out his channel, I suggest you do so. That was around, what am I reading in terms of series? What have I read in terms of series, like completed series, and what do I want to read? And I gotta say, that video did very well, not only just in terms of views, but it also did very well because I got tons of comments. And I had it on my file that I used to, document everything and my book inventory and what I'm reading and my scores and everything else. And I keep my notes of various video ideas and such and templates. And so I was categorizing, all the series that I've completed in the past and read once or multiple times. And then I had the list of all the current series I'm working my way through and where I'm at. And then I had the series that I wanted to read. And the series that I want to get to, people were commenting and giving me ideas, and I just kept making notes and, screenshotting their comments so I could make sure I captured it. And that list has grown quite a bit. So there's been a ton of great comments, so keep them coming. I really appreciate it. I also did another video on the deep dive character study. I really enjoy those, where I talked about Matthew Scudder. Obviously, I'm right in the thick of things. I got 3 or 4 books left in that series, so I'm really enjoying that. I also had a bonus video. Hayden Reed sent me some books, and so I did a kind of book mail unboxing video number 1 because I've never received any books from anyone, and so I got those and did a video on that. So ended up doing 10 videos this week. So it's been crazy. So I apologize for all of them. In terms of new subscribers and comments, I had a new subscriber from his channel, Outer World Media. If you haven't checked out his channel, I suggest you do so. I had some of the normal suspects, Ricky's Rockin' Reviews, James at the Little Big Library, Hayden Reed, B80BBX commented, Jim Gorman commented, Rob Reitz commented and subscribed, Nerdishly Active, I haven't heard from him in a while, he commented. And I had some new subscribers as well from Alexander Ma, Music Room, Todd R, and actually I got a comment from my mom. And so I've been giving her the first 2 books in the Harry Potter series, and she commented when she saw the Matthew Scudder kind of like, deep dive character study video or one of the book reviews, and she's like, you need to give me that first book. And so I will do that, Mom, promise. So in terms, what am I reading this week? I'm going to read 4 books this week. I have 2 kind of quick ones. Obviously, I'm going to work on these, while I'm on my business and traveling and that kind of thing. But I have High Lonesome by Louis L'Amour. It's a short book. I plan on reading this on the plane. I mentioned, I picked this up a while back from Thrift Books, and it ends up being like a graphic novel, The Road to Perdition. And so I want to give this a shot too. So I'm going to take those two books with me on my business trip. And then I'm going to read Mass Prey, which is Lucas Davenport number 30. And so I'm getting close to getting caught up with the main Lucas Davenport series. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I have this on Audible. So I'm definitely going to listen to that as I'm driving to the airport. And then I'm going to kick off, this is a series, and one of my long-term goals was to try out the William Warwick Detective series by Jeffrey Archer. And so this is book 1, Nothing Ventured, so I'm going to give that a shot as well. So those are the books I plan on reading this week. In terms of TBR update, I have 1 book left on my current TBR, which is the Graveyard book by Neil Gaiman. And so I definitely am going to be doing a TBR reshuffle later this week when I get back in the home office. In terms of upcoming videos, obviously I'm going to have book reviews on the aforementioned books. I'm going to do the TBR reshuffle. I was planning on doing the Q&A video with Tessa. That's going to be postponed to this week when I get back from my business trip. So that's going to be coming. And then I'm going to do the Why You Should Read series, and I'm going to do that on Michael Crichton. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. He's one of my favorite authors. Jurassic Park has a special place for me, so I definitely enjoy him. And so I'm really feel kind of privileged and nervous about doing a good job. So I enjoy the research on those videos, so I'm really looking forward to that. But that's it. That's the week in a wrap. Tons of videos, tons of books read and book reviews. So it's been a crazy week, and tons new subscribers, great comments. I couldn't ask for more. I'm really excited, really happy with things and how things are progressing on the channel, and getting feedback and validation, and some of the people are giving me great feedback and criticism. And so it's great. So I hope you're having a good week. I promise tomorrow, no videos from me. And so you get a day off. So anyways, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you later.